Hello, welcome to Tutor in the Shed. Just for a change. So I did promise that I would run you through the kit that I've got and some of the problems that I do have with it. So it'll be a case of what I like about it and what I don't like about it at the end. The don't likes can perhaps look a little bit minor, but regardless, they are dislikes of mine. So first of all, we've got the DJI Osmo Action 4. I've got two of these, as you've probably seen on the bike. One of them is mounted to the wing mirror, and one of them is mounted to the chin mount on the helmet. Terrific pieces of kit. They just work as it stands. It's totally waterproof. They do come with this little thing here, which is a kind of, don't know, security cradle, don't know, call it what you like, I don't know. I would only really use this if I wanted to do vertical shooting rather than horizontal shooting, portrait rather than landscape. So that's the camera. Comes with the usual DJI mounts, which are absolutely fantastic. It's a clip and a magnet, and totally secure, fantastic pieces of kit. It's quite amusing to see that GoPro have made the new GoPro Hero 12 compatible with the DJI action mounts. That's great. It's great to see. I mean, DJI made their cameras originally compatible with the GoPro mounts. Now GoPro are kind of returning the favour, and that's good to see. I did start off with GoPro Hero 9 Blacks, but I just started to get the problem that a lot of people seem to experience, where they just, for some reason, just lose video, don't record, stop recording halfway through. And I got fed up with it. So I binned them. Well, I didn't bin them, I sold them. And in favour of these ones here. Now, I pair this up with the DJI Wireless Mic 2. Now, I've got two of those. I've actually got, if I just move this for a moment, this full set, so I've got a receiver unit as well, which I never use. I wish I'd never bought it. You can get away with just using the mic unit on its own. It does the job. The benefits of using the wireless mic unit is that you're not plugging anything into the camera, so the camera remains completely waterproof. This thing I mount directly into my helmet, and that's perfectly fine as well. So if we talk about the camera first, I'm not going to go into the technical specifications of it. There's people that have got far more knowledge than I that have done that already on YouTube. But what I want to talk about perhaps is just the settings that I use and what I like about it. So first of all, it's waterproof. Desperately needed in the summer that we've just had. And you don't need to be attaching media mods or anything to it to record sound. As I said in just a little minute ago, I use the wireless mics. Powering up, so I've got the wireless mic here as well, which is turned on. Yes, it is. So wireless mic turned on. I press to switch it on. That's it on already. And if you wait just a second or two, there we go. That's the microphone connected as well. It's as simple and as quick as that. Effortless. It's absolutely fantastic. The settings I use, so this particular one, I don't know if we can focus on that, but I use, see if we can tilt the camera a little bit, 2.7K, 16 by 9 and 50 frames per second. That's what I use to record that all the time. And I don't see any need to change that. The quality that I'm getting out is fine as far as I'm concerned, and it means that the file sizes are not ridiculously huge and require massive computing power to edit. The other thing is that if I started recording, you can see, I don't know if you saw that there, I'll do it again, stop the recording. Right, so I'll put that side by side with that. So I'm going to hit record. If you look at this little light up here, I start recording, the microphone starts simultaneously. You can set that up in the camera. and when you stop, excuse me, that stops as well. So fantastic little piece of kit, this thing. I absolutely love it. So that's the settings for my camera. As I've mentioned already in previous videos, I have horizon steady, which is on the helmet mount, and I have rock steady on the wing mirror mount. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about the microphone, the transmitter for the wireless microphone. I just mount it in my helmet as it is. As you can see, it's not very big. That's it in my hand there. You can mount it to a snood, as some people do. It's metal in the back there, and you can get magnets to help you mount it. Normally I would have the dead cat on it, which connects directly into the little jack plug there, so it's nice and secure, it's not going to come off. If you wanted to use a lav mic, and I know that some people have got lav mics already connected to their helmet and don't want to change it, this is a lav mic. Plug it into the jack, and that's it, all ready to go. You can just stick this in your pocket, and that way it's nice and waterproof as well. Okay, so we'll talk about batteries. So most people that have Action, the Osmo Actions, have this battery charging unit. Terrific thing, takes 3 batteries. It's got 3 lights, tell you the state of the battery. So green is charged, amber is not fully charged, and red is flat as a pancake. So the batteries are there. They're about £25 each, I think, to buy from DJI. I did a little test when I was out on the bike last weekend, and I just let them run because I had forgotten to take spare batteries. So I let them run until they ran out. So 2 cameras, one of which recorded for 1 hour 24 minutes, and the other one recorded for 1 hour 26 minutes. And that's, as I've said already, at 2.7K 50 frames a second. So amazing battery life, certainly compared to the GoPro that I had previously. Okay, so the last piece of kit that I've got is this remote. It's a DJI remote. I have a kind of love-hate relationship with this thing. So the GoPro one that I did have lasted days and days and days on one charge, but it took forever to connect to the cameras. I mean, you could be 2 full minutes before it connected to the cameras. Now, the idea of the remote is that you can start and stop the recordings at the same time, which for me as an amateur and editing videos, having the two video feeds exactly the same way and starting at the same place and finishing at the same place just makes such a difference, and for ease of editing. I'm not very good at syncing up through sound and things like that. It's just I'm not experienced enough to do that. Now, the reason I've got a love-hate relationship with this thing is, first of all, that's at the back there, the little charging socket, and it's just got a kind of rubber, not very well-fitting cover over it. So I do get condensation under the glass there, and that's annoying to let you see it. The second annoying factor with this is that, as you can see, it's trying to connect to a camera just now, and it will in just a second, I would have thought. It can take a little minute to do it. There you go, it's taking a long time this time. Oh, there we go, that's it recorded. So it's found one camera. Now that's excellent. It's on multi at the moment, so it's looking for a second camera. You can cancel that out by just pressing that. And that allows me to start and stop the recording at the same time. What I don't like about it is, for some reason, and I don't know why, it will occasionally go into single camera mode. So it'll pick up one camera and then not look for another one. So you have to then manually put it into the multi-mode, which involves pressing those 2 buttons, this one at the top and this one at the side, for about 4 or 5 seconds. And then it goes into multi-mode. Now, it should stay there. It doesn't. It drops out of multi-mode regularly, and you have to reset it. So that's a bit of a pain. Excuse me. The final thing that I don't like about it is the battery life is not excellent. As I mentioned, the GoPro used to last days and days and days. This one doesn't last me a day, which is a bit disappointing because it's just a small thing. It's just a start and stop. It shouldn't really be a problem. So yeah, although DJI batteries are pretty good, the battery in this isn't that brilliant. And to stop a recording, and I'm going to stop this recording now, you press this twice and it stops the recording. And as you can see, it doesn't always do that. It's continuing to record, continuing to record, continuing to record. It just doesn't work very well. It starts perfectly, it just doesn't stop it. And memory cards. So I use these. I've got Samsung Evo Select and Samsung Evo Plus. Don't know what the difference is, other than probably one's more expensive than the other. I normally run with 128 gig memory cards. I've got a 256 there, as you can probably see. They have never given me a second's bother. Fantastic little pieces of kit. Don't cause any problems. I get just short of 3 hours on a 128 recording, as I do in 2.7K at 50 frames a second, and that's plenty. It's plenty to be going on with, and it's plenty to handle when you're transferring the files across to the computer. Transferring, just when we're mentioning that, always we get these things when you get a memory card, but the transfer rate is unbelievably slow. So I've got this little thing here. It's a Uni, I don't know, I got it off eBay. I just put the memory card in there, plug it into the USB 2 port in the computer, and the file transfer speed is much increased. Right, so the last thing I want to talk about is charging. So I've mentioned, if we start with the battery pack, everything's hunky-dory. You plug it in and you get green, amber or red. Green fully charged, amber not quite charged, red dead as a doornail. That makes sense to me. I'm happy with that. You go to charge the mic. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but charging, move the camera a little bit, it flashes green. 4 flashes green. Does that mean it's fully charged? No, it doesn't. That means it's charging. Despite the fact that it's a green light, that's it charging. When it's fully charged, the light goes off and you don't get anything. That's not very user-friendly in my opinion. This thing here, you plug that in. Don't even know where the light is for that. There it is at the top. So you get 4 flashing green lights. You think, oh yes, green light, it's charged. No, it's not. When there's no light coming on, that's it charged. Finally, I've got this box with the receiver for the wireless microphones that I don't use. You plug that in. You get a white light. What the hell does that mean? Is it charging? Is it not charging? You've got 4 potential white lights there. What does it mean? Take this out. There's nothing in there to charge, but it's still flashing a white light. I just cannot get that. I'll put in the microphone. The microphone we know is not fully charged, and you still got a flashing light. I just don't get it. Let's have red for need charging, green for fully charged. That can't be beyond the bounds of possibility. But it's just a little niggle that I find kind of infuriating. I just sometimes don't know where I am. So that's it. That's just a very quick rundown of the kit that I use. It's not very technical because I'm not very technical, but it just lets you see what I've got. It's not cheap, I'm not going to lie, it's quite expensive. I've spent a lot of money in camera equipment to learn how to do this, but it's my hobby, that's what I've decided to do. The fact that the camera is waterproof and I don't need to plug in or connect up a media mod, so therefore compromising the waterproof nature of it, to me is fantastic. It's just logical to me that the camera, particularly for an action camera, should have always had wireless microphones. It's a logical thing to do. I don't know why it's taken this long for them to come up with it. So the camera, completely waterproof. Microphone, stick it in your helmet or connect a lav bike and stick it in your pocket. Totally waterproof. Happy days. Anyway, hope this was of some use to you, and I'll catch you in the next one.